What's going on, beautiful people? In this video, I'm going to be making the aquarium, the massive, oh, there it is, the one you can see behind me or sort of see behind me. Be a bit silly to give it all away now, wouldn't it? But it's an absolutely great build. It turned out amazing. There is no CO2 running on it at all. So for those of you that like videos where you don't use CO2, because I used to be one of those, this is one for you, but also one for people that love CO2, and you can see that you don't necessarily have to have it. Anyway, it's a decent length video, so sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the build. This tank has been annoying me for about a month. Now, from the distance there, it probably looks quite nice, yeah? It's not nice. It's 3 months old. It should be completely full of amazing looking plants by now, and it isn't. Now, the reason it's not flourishing like I thought it was going to is I made a massive mistake when I set it up, like not deliberately. I thought it was fine at the time, but I put in a gravel in here right at the back to sort of weigh everything down and compact underneath it, like a media just to be able to plant in. I used like a pea-sized gravel that was just full of like a limestone, which at the time I didn't realize was a limestone. I've now tested it and found out that it just brings the pH of the water up. And when you're trying to grow real nice looking plants, a high pH is not your friend. Now, I say plants don't flourish with a high pH. Some plants actually do, like crypts tend to do really well. And I've always found that Java ferns do good as well in a high pH. The problem is that the rest of the plants don't grow anything like as fast as I'd expect to usually see. And as a result, you start getting bits of algae and stuff collected, and it just doesn't look quite as sort of like prim and proper as I'm used to. I mean, I'm probably being quite fussy here, but yeah, it still looks decent from a distance. I just know that it could look miles better, and every time I look at it, it annoys me.
It's a showpiece tank.
It should be spectacular. And I can't fix it now unless I take out that gravel. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, every time I look at it, oh, it's all right, but it could be so much better. And I am not happy with that.
Are you happy?
Yeah, he is happy.
He is happy.
He could be happier. Colours look great on him. So that is everything out, which is completely necessary when you've got larger fish like this. They just get caught up in all of the hardscape, and also they get the nets around them. So everything out, water level dropped. And what we'll do now is sort of just track that way with like the double net method, and then try and like be as steady as you can. You don't want a ton of stress, because you can actually cause heart attacks in fish if you cause too much stress in them. So we're gonna be nice and gentle with it. And they're gonna be going in this tank here, which was the Congo Tetra tank. They're out at the moment. I actually reduced them in numbers massively because I wanted to do something that had a bit more other African sort of fish in there as well, tetras and different things. But yeah, for now, they are over in another tank, because then it frees up this tank to be able to put all those fish in, because you need a decent size. You know, it's a lot of fish there, to be honest, and they're all big size, but this will be perfect. Filters all running. It means I don't really have to rush the whole process as well. So that's all the big fish out now. I've just deliberately left chunks till last, because he can be very, very flappy. He lets me catch him really easy. I could probably stroke him. I'm not gonna, but yeah, I'm gonna move him across now. He'll be absolutely fine as soon as he goes in, because it's not an empty tank. So there we go, nice and gentle with him, and he doesn't even, see, he doesn't even try. Once he knows he's in there, he doesn't like it though. He'll start to thrash, and he's got some power on him. There we go. It's okay, buddy. Oh. Hey, perfect. Hopefully he doesn't decolour, because he's back in with all the same fish. Oh, also, the electric blue acaras, there's a pair there of electric blue acaras. They were breeding, and I managed to catch all their babies with a pipette, and there they are. There's all the babies, look, by the rock. So they'll stay there and guard it, as you can see. Chunks will go away. He doesn't bother with them, maybe in the night time, but yeah, I've got quite a lot of them. From what I could see, I got all of them, but it might not be the case. That's the stressful bit out of the way. All the water's out. It's just a fun part now of clearing out all of this. And there's actually more in there than it looks because it's all banked to the back as well. But the good news is, of course, everyone is happy and safe in this tank. They actually look really, really good in here as well. The size of these angels now. Look at this big boy. Wow. And Chunks isn't hiding, and his colors look brilliant. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Went so smoothly. Probably the smoothest fish transfer I've ever done. And these two, the pair here, look, they will be a little bit aggressive to anyone coming into their zone, wherever the fry are, but they only just sort of chase them off. There's not going to cause any damage to any of the other fish. See, they just do that, and they'll be fine in their little sections. It's not going to be for too long anyway, because I want to crack on with the build and keep all the bacteria and the filters in the other tank alive. So that is all of the substrate taken out. As you can see, it's incredibly messy. Got to clean it all up. Why not? You know, fresh setup, get everything just like it's new again, or close to. That's everything clean. We can now crack, clean enough. There's some grimy bits in that on the glass, but as we put stuff in here, it's going to splash in that anyway, so it'll need a second cleaning. But we've got everything around me here, I'm tripping over it, that we need for the build. So in this bucket here, we've got really nutrient dense gravels and sands and things. Nutrient dense because it's already had some of the aquatic soil, like aquatic compost equivalent, added to it, and I didn't want to throw it out previously, so it's just surplus, but it's perfect for what we need now. This will go right at the base layer, and then we'll be adding it on top of it. More of some recycled sand and gravels that I've got here that are pretty clean. Some of them have got some soil in, some aqua soil, just a mixture of everything. So it's not decorative, but it's used as a cap for that really, dense nutrient stuff. Then we've got all our brand new clean stuff, for going and seeing on the surface. And then we've got a load of rocks here. Most of them are from like builders merchants and things, and all different. Everyone knows how much I love my rounded pebbles and things, and I suppose it's going to make this tank be more like MD style, if you like. So yeah, it's just my favourite thing to use is these rounded rocks, because you can bury them halfway in the sand as well, and it just gives a really cool look. Like water's just been passing over it for like years and years, so that's why it's one of my favourites. First of all though, we need to get some nutrient layer right at the bottom of the whole aquarium because I want plants everywhere, as usual. It's my favourite thing to do. Oh, okay, this is going to be difficult. Oh. It's worth noting as well, I'm changing the lights over to the original ones I put on the Superfish strips. They just grew plants absolutely amazing. Not that these don't, it's just that I do get better coloration of the stems because the light source is closer to the surface, and there's 4 strip lights. We'll get to that. For now, I just want to get building because they're at home, and time is of the essence. Not really, but it always feels like it should be.
Everything feels urgent.
Yes, so urgent. We gotta get this done.
We've got to get to the pub.
Quite a bit of sand in that one, actually. I thought there was more, but we're going to bump it up with some more of the aquatic soil anyway. There we go. Brown gold. So I spread it all nice and evenly there. I think now I just want another layer of the pond aqua soil or compost all over the top of that, and then cap directly on top.
How deep a layer of
How deep is your love?
pond
How deep?
soil are you going to put on?
It's enough for the roots to find the nutrients. If it's like real thick with it, it's gonna go weird. The water's gonna go completely yellow, and I just feel like it's gonna be breaking down so fast. There'll be so much gas and everything like that, which the soil does break down, you know, underneath the substrate, and it does produce CO2 to a degree as well, which is really good. So I think it's one of the reasons why you get great success with it, is because the actual organics in there are breaking down, they're creating CO2. And we don't want too much of that, obviously, or we'd have a problem, I would imagine. I've never gone crazy with it, but I tend to just do a sprinkle, a layer, and then another sprinkle, sort of, yeah, less than an inch. I know some of the channels say you need like this much soil and then this much capping on top. But by the time you finish with that, your substrate's up to there in the tank.
That would look lovely.
Exactly, that's not my bag at all. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe it would be if you're doing a tank that you want to last 10 years. No, thank you, not interested in that. Quite happy for a year to a year and a half for a tank. And I like to refresh things. I mean, I do that more often in the studio, but my home tank won't be. That's gonna keep going for a good amount of time.
And this one?
And that one, yeah, that's a year old now. Didn't have crazy high substrate. I mean, you can see where it's at. And actually, to be honest, when I first made it, it was really thin there and really thin all over the front, and it tapered back. As time's gone by over the whole year, all the, you know, snails and shrimp and everything have just sort of leveled the whole playing field.
Oh.
But it works really well. I don't think there's any need for that much substrate in your aquarium.
No. I've got a good feeling about this one.
Yeah, me too. I've got a feeling this is gonna keep the pH low, won't allow it to creep, because it has done on every tank I've ever used it in. I don't know why I've stopped using it recently.
Just trying new methods, aren't you?
I like to try different things and not stick with, because how do you know if another method isn't better without trying it, you know? But recently, a lot of you might have seen, I've been set up an ultra budget aquarium, and this is the cheapest way of making a nutrient base, and that's doing amazing. Yeah, look at this. It's just sand, the compost that we've seen at the base layer mixed with some pea gravel, and root tabs. We'll get to the root tabs at a later date, don't need to do it right now, but look at that. It's completely clear. All the plants are growing brilliantly. There's zero filter in there, never has been. I've done a couple of water changes since I set it up, which was now getting on for 3 weeks to a month. It's just thriving. Fish are doing good, yeah. Absolutely loving it. I keep coming back to it, and it's slower progress for sure, but it's real quality progress. The stems and everything growing in look really, really nice. I don't know, there's something about doing it with no tech other than a light I find really like rewarding. Way more rewarding than any type of aquarium I do. Like when I use CO2 in a tank and it takes off, I'm like, well, yeah, of course it did. But when you get it to take off and you're not using CO2, you're not using a filter, you've just got the ecology of the whole thing just right, it's the best thing. Yeah, I'm just pulling away some of the bigger bits away from the edge, because I want to do that thing with the sand coming up and looking like it's just, you know, level with the top. Creates a really good illusion then when you can't see any of the substrate in the whole front panel. Next up, I've got the more sort of cleaner recycled stuff. It's got a little bit of aqua soil and things like that in, which is absolutely fine. Mostly sand, a little bit of gravel as well. You know, if this comes through the decorative layer, it won't matter at all. It's still going to look authentic. Whoa, that was so close to the glass. I didn't feel that in there.
Crikey. That could have been it.
So that's the main base layer down. There's a bit of nutrients on the surface here, but that's absolutely fine. I'm going to put the hardscape in now, and then we can use all of our clean gravels and sands to sort of cap around that as well, and locks everything down. I haven't got a huge amount though, so I want to put the hardscape all in first, and I can just lay it all around it, because the hardscape's going to take up quite a bit of surface area.
Oh.
Like this piece. And if you look inside this piece, look, there's a whole area in there.
Wow, it's all the way through.
Yeah, some things can be breeding for sure in that.
Oh yeah, that's a great breeding hole.
No, no innuendo.
That wasn't even an innuendo. Oh, that immediately looks fun.
So to start with, I'm just going to I want basically 3 islands. I've done 3 islands before in this tank and it works well. But the last time I did 3 islands, I had them quite sort of equally spaced. Whereas this time I want to have a big one, not big, but medium size here, one that goes across that way there, and then another one and then another one next to it, but with gaps either side. So we've got like big areas for plants and stuff, and you know, not equally spaced. That's what I'm trying to say.
You've got a lot of wood up there.
It's quite spindly.
Well, they are those big bits on the floor that we used last time.
Yeah, we haven't cleaned them off though, that's the only thing.
Oh, right.
I mean, we could clean them off. Yeah, but I don't really want to use the same stuff we just put in. I fancy something different. This piece probably be quite good. Yeah, this piece will be quite good actually, because it's got length, it's got, you know, good prongs and things. But yeah, definitely going to use some of the stuff at the top. Some of these like real longer, pointy bits. Yeah, I could do it a little bit differently. Like usually I get the wood in place and then build up around it, but I could build up some like rocky structures and then have the wood sort of sit into it. A little bit different. We've got enough rocks, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna build the rock islands first.
Right, back out.
Yeah.
Back out then.
It's okay, sometimes you've gotta go backwards to go forwards. Or something.
I think that is the saying.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got all the big rocks still. So all of these dark ones were in the setup already. So I'll start with those just to give us some sort of like islandy areas. One more massive one. So that's a focal piece. Oh yeah, that looks good. And then we've got all of these extra ones down here that we can place around all the wood after we put that in the areas now. Build it up around it, create those island looks that I'm going for. Yeah, that's looking cool, great start. Like I said, I want 3 big main pieces initially, then we can add in stuff to sort of interlock them or add a bit more detail. We've got more stones as well, so just keep going. I mean, it's gotta be this piece. Just need to tidy it up a bit.
Actually the right tool for the job for once.
I mean, the right tool for the job is whatever's closest to hand. A wise man once said.
Are you going to put your safety specs on?
Oh, yeah.
Well done. I've got the camera as my safety spec.
That's true, you're like, ow! Yeah, so what I'm chiseling off here is just old glue points. There'll be a little bit of a mark left, but I can probably put some, you know, plants and stuff, stick them on the same areas if it looks too bad, but yeah, it seems fine.
This glossostigma carpet.
We might steal some of that actually for the new tank. There's enough there, isn't there?
Whoosh!
Lift this, and that piece can go underneath. What was that?
Yeah, that
looks really cool. Big negative gap there.
Yeah,
we almost want one really low here.
Yeah.
And we can add some different prongs of things, not to fill the negative space, but just to maybe make that look a bit more detailed than just one piece. Please don't all fall down.
Oh gosh.
Yes. Like this could work. Like that looks rubbish, but that doesn't for me. Give that a go. Yeah, that looks pretty cool where it flows. Maybe a little bit upward there, a little bit more there. I think that would be ideal. Like, it's very simple, but I've deliberately left so much space around it all so we can put plants in. Plants maketh the tank.
Maketh the tank.
Maketh.
Maketh.
Maketh, yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. So the slight upwards angle of that actually means it similarly follows that line, but not quite. I actually don't need to touch that at all. It flows really nicely. You can even use some other smaller pieces now to sort of interlink everything, almost like it's one giant piece. These could work really well as like viney looks.
Let's take your eye out.
Not vines, rooty looks that come across from the bottom. That's quite big, maybe not that one, but we've got some other pieces here. Might be able to get to work. Even better. Pieces like these sort of matches the colour of the wood as well. Not that matters too much because everything eventually looks the same colour underwater anyway. The toughest thing about an 8 foot is just up, down, up, down. Like, my legs would be aching tomorrow. I'm just moving this back a bit because the front of it was too close to the glass and I wouldn't be able to get the magnet cleaner in there. So that should be okay now. Well, I'm really, really pleased with that. I just think it looks awesome. The pebbles just, yeah, it feels like my style nowadays. I don't see many people doing it this way, but I've always liked it. And the reason I started using these is because it's all I had available and all I could afford from like builders merchants and things. I guess a lot of people didn't use them because the colours don't match. But that's actually what I completely love about it. And I've started to do down the bottom corner here a few of the smaller pebbles to infill. And then I thought, actually, that's not a good idea. We need to cap the whole lot of our clean sand first and then put those on, because if I do the sand after, it's just going to cover them up. I'm going to cap it all now as well with clean, fresh sand. Oh. Cool, look at that colour. It's my favourite, absolute favourite sand to use. So realistic. So that is the top decorative sand layer on, and inevitably it's going to get moved around a little bit. Cories are going back in the tank, so some of that under stuff, like there's little bits of aquasoil and bits poking through, I don't mind that at all. I don't actually want a perfectly clean look. It can look a little bit synthetic to me. So I'm actually going to add other pieces of gravel or coarse sand, I guess, on the top of that now, just to make it, you know, look not so much like a tropical beach, because it's not the look I want. Like, some people will want that, and that's fine. ADA do a lot of that, where super clean sand foreground, like halfway back in the tank and everything, so it's like completely open, but it's not really my vibe. The other thing is, any time that there's any waste or anything on it, you can just always see it. Whereas if you put a bit of decorative gravel or a bit of detail stones all around it, it kind of hides all of that, and it just eventually seeps into the substrate and the plants use it as food, like extra plant food. So for the decorative sand or gravel, we've got two options here. I just got both because if I don't use it now, I'll use it in the future for sure. We've got this more coarser sort of gravel here it's got more flecks of darkening, which might complement some of the gravel and pebbles that are in there already. We've got one that's a lot more sort of browny tones. It's not quite as large. I think if I start with the finer one, I can always add some of the more coarse stuff as well. It's quite yellow under the light. I don't think I like it. I think I'm going to go for the other one. Much better.
Yeah.
And then all the other rounder pebbles all on the top of it as well. So what I've done there is just chucked a load of gravel in. But look at that, that's got a very rivery feel to it. I was recently in the Lake Districts in the UK, which is a really beautiful part of our country. And I was going right into the streams and rivers and really taking, you know, big notice. I was paying a lot of attention to what all the streams and stuff was made up of. And to be honest, there's not really a lot of sand you can see. It's mostly this fine sort of pebbles and gravels. They are a bit more ununiform than we've got here. So that's where the next part of the process comes in. More like this. See how we've got all different shapes and sizes? So we can now go over the top with that. We should have something that looks really authentic. But I have to say, I'm massively, massively pleased with that. I'd go as far as to say that is the most realistic looking substrate system or decorative surfacey system that I've ever created. And it just goes to show sometimes like you just got to get out in nature, because that's literally what inspired me to do it like this. I've never done it this rough before, but nature's pretty rough, you know? Obviously depending where you go, but this is literally like how I saw it. Maybe a little bit less of the sand, you know, maybe I do add some more gravels. What do you think, Steph? Is it too blinding?
No.
No? Is that good with a bit
balance.
of the sand?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me step back. Oh, it looks so good. Really pleased with that. So you can see here how the halfway up the cobble is where it all stops, like it's been sat there for ages with water rushing over it. Same again over here, look at that big cobbly bit there. I just love the way it's just peeking out nice and flat. Looks so good. Right, that's been an incredibly successful day, I'd say. Done a lot of work today. And the next episode, I've got all my plants coming. We need to glue all this down. We can fill it up, get the whole system running, get it clear, because it will inevitably, you know, murk up a little bit. So I'm really happy with how that tank is looking now, but obviously that wood will still just float up. It's been in tanks before, but it's no longer waterlogged. And hopefully you can see how I've strategically placed the wood on or near some of the big rocks there, all the way along. Look, right there, you can see that is the perfect point to put some glue and just attach it so it's completely stuck to the heavy ballast of the rocks. That way it can't float up, because I've had it happen way too many times. You don't glue it enough, put all your plants and everything's looking perfect, and then you fill the whole thing up and the wood comes up with it. Oh, disaster. So the way we combat that is with paper towel and liquid super glue. Super glue goes onto the paper towel, which is rammed in the cracks. Everything goes hard and sort of just bonds it all together. Basically turns everything into a hard plastic. It's all inert and it's safe. And now it's just a case of going around and looking for every single contact point we can with a rock and a piece of wood, ramming in a load of that tissue paper and then covering it in glue. You've got to be a little bit careful because it does release fumes as the reaction takes place. So make sure you're in a very well ventilated area. And after you pour the glue on, just step right back, get away from it. It's nasty stuff potentially. So that is now everything completely locked down. It's not going anywhere. Please don't. There's always a slight element of doubt, but I have put a lot into that. It's taken ages, should be secure. Now I'm currently waiting for the delivery driver to arrive so I can put my plants in. But before we do that, I want to make sure there is absolutely 100% enough nutrients in the substrate for all of our plant roots. And for that, I have got API root tabs. I always use these, have been using them for a very, very long time now. You know, those of you who watch the channel, 6 years, something like that. Always use these. I find that they work really well and they go quite fast. So in this pack, we've got 10. I'll split each one in half and like sort of, you know, just spread it out evenly. So that means we can do 10 halves that side, 10 halves that side, and we're covering everywhere. So the tablets contain nitrogen, phosphate, potassium, and iron. And this is basically everything that the roots are going to need. So just in case we're missing any from the soil that we put in, we're covering all bases and ensuring that we're going to get growth for a long time. And the way I'm adding the root tabs is I'm just putting them in between some tweezers and then pushing them deep down into the substrate. We want to make sure they've gone in a good inch or so. I'll stop them just floating up to the top and just ensure that the right depth for the roots. Whew, we are prepped. Now the tracker says our plants should be arriving within the next hour. Hopefully that's correct. Usually pretty accurate, so fingers crossed. Fantastic news. My plants have arrived from Tropica. Yes. Now, obviously, I've ordered absolutely loads because, well, it's me. Now, obviously, that is pretty ridiculous. We've got about 4 layers deep of plants there. You know, it is a lot of plants and it's definitely expensive. It's cost me an arm and a leg, but I do want this thing to look absolutely insane. And with this lot, it's definitely gonna be. We're gonna have so many plants to start with that can do nothing but thrive, and that's the plan. So what I need to do now is just prep all of these plants. I've got to take out each individual stem, and then I've got to categorize them and put them all into their different types. So you're gonna make it way easier for planting. It's gonna take a long time, and I'm here on my own because Steph's on holiday. Oh, there we go. That took a while. We've got so many plants here. We've got stems, we've got crypts, and we've got all the epiphytes as well, all here. There's a lot of Java ferns. I went for all big plants. It's a big tank. I'm not too worried about small little, you know, intricate details. I think the river floor look is, you know, intricate in itself. Time to get planted. Now, there's multiple ways in which we can do this. We can start with the stems at the back and work our way to the front. But what I like to do is start with all of the epiphytes, the stuff that sticks, you know, onto the hardscape. I've got a load of anubias and things to go on as well. So I basically build the logs up, just build all the islands we can see, and then I go from there because that will show us where the gaps are in between, and that's where we can really put the stems to make it come to life. I mean, eventually the whole background will just be stems, but to start with, I'll strategically, yes, place them so that you can see them nicely, and then as they go to the surface, trim and plant in the back areas, and that'll eventually grow as well. So what I'm doing here is putting blobs of super glue gel in the areas where I want to attach the Java ferns. And then you just take the bottom of the plant, the rhizome, and just plonk it on and push it. Hold it down for 10, 20 seconds, and that'll make it quite sort of tacky, and as time goes by, it'll just solidify. Now this doesn't damage the plant, and it's also completely safe for fish, shrimp, and snails as well. Basically just dries like an inert plastic and holds everything exactly where you want it. Oh, look at that. Look at how it just instantly comes to life. I didn't use all of the Java ferns in the end. I've saved some for some future projects because I just felt that that was enough, and it looks great. Now what goes really well with Java ferns is anubias, and all of these little areas underneath, like the little gaps in the rocks and things, those are perfect places for it. It's a little bit shadowed, so it doesn't need too much light anyway to grow. So that's perfect. Also, we can hide some of the joins, like that one there, because that's very artificial and ugly. But also there's so many cracks and crevices that you can just push the anubias in, which is good, because I've just run out of glue. So yeah, in the tank, look here, where all the fish are currently residing, we've got loads of anubias that I set up previously. They're all good. They just need a quick sort of rinse off, or I'll give them a shake and some of the mold will come off them, but they're all growing nicely and doing really good, so I'll transfer them over. Some of them are joined to rocks, so I'll just be able to transfer the whole thing, and some of them are loose, but that's fine, we'll find cracks. Hello, Chunks. Look at you, you absolute monster. He's like a puppy, look. He's like pleased to see me. He's so lovely. Just shut up and feed me. Oh yeah, that's my epiphytes done. Look at that. Just transforms the whole tank. And with anubias and Java ferns, you do get the most bang for your buck in terms of the sort of space they take up versus the cost of them. So all of these anubias that you can see here, all have come from little pots at one point and just kept growing new leaves. And now they just look amazing. Oh, so good. It's really, really coming along now. It's time to get started on some stems. I do have more epiphytes actually. I've got some nice boosters and things, but I think I'm going to wait until we've filled it right up with water to put those in. For now, just crack on with the stems before they dry out. And I've been routinely using my misty spray thing, because although I'm in an air-conditioned room, like moving air means that stuff that's laid out dries quite quickly. So I've just been spraying as I go. Very important. Oh, that is all of my stems done. There is a lot in there, I've tried to block it out in sort of colours. I've got a huge pinky red area over here, and then I've got more of a green behind this island. There's quite a few reds and greens in the middle. There's Rotala rotundifolia behind this, which give more of an orangey, slightly pinky hue. Then there's bright reds in the middle, and then there's big leaf greens that are going to grow at the end. So now I can get started on the mid-ground plants, which is going to be the Crypts. We've got Crypt Wenti tropica, we've got Crypt spiralis red as well, S. repens we've got Crypt Wenti green, and we've got Nymphoides Taiwan, which is going to look wicked. So can we get these in, and then we can fill it up. Whoa, that took a while. I am completely drenched in sweat. Up, down, up, down. See, it's very warm in here because I heat the studio to heat all the tanks. It's just more efficient. I'm going to fill this up right now because I don't want to keep drying it. I just want to chill out as well, sit down for a bit. Oh. So to fill the tank up, I will get water from my water butt here. Now, as you can see, no you can't. There we go, there's not a huge amount in there. So what I'm going to do is fill the water butt up and put in some Aqua Essential. And what this does is it detoxifies ammonia, nitrate and nitrite. You know, if you're using higher concentration, so you've got emergency in your tank, or for what I'm using it for in here, which is remove chlorine, chloramines and heavy metals from the tap water. So the tap water goes on and is going in. Shake up my bottle, put in the correct amount in here, which is going to be a whole capful and a bit, because not only am I putting what's in there into the tank, I'm also going to be refilling it again and again. But overall, there will be enough now in the whole system to detoxify the chlorine and chloramines and heavy metals. And it's all right saying, well, my tap water's good, I don't need anything like this. You're not in control of what's coming in through your taps. Like, it can vary. It can vary quite drastically as well. So I just think, get yourself some of this. You know, it's highly concentrated, so a bottle's going to last forever. And you just know then your tap water going in is absolutely safe. Now, in this instance, there's no fish in there, but if I was doing a water change, there would be. And that's going to be quite risky. You don't know what cleaning they've been doing at the water treatment plants, whatever, but get some of this. Make sure that your tap water is safe. Aqua Essential, it's essential. Now, I do need to, of course, make sure that I am filling this up nice and slowly. So I've got some foam here. I'm going to put that in there best I can. Put a rock on it. Hopefully that'll help quite significantly, quite a lot. I don't know what I'm saying now. And in comes the filler thing. Does this reach down? Can't remember. Not quite. Ah, I know what I can do. Put this little bad boy clippy thing on. And I've also got this pot that's got holes all drilled into the bottom as well. Now this might look a little bit overkill, but we really don't want to disturb that substrate system. It's perfect at the moment. And yeah, let's crack on. Oh, there we go. We are full up. Now before I put the filters on, which we'll get to in a minute, I just want to go on the surface there, look, because we've got an absolute ton of like little leaves and things that have sort of broken off in the planting process and prep. So we'll get all those cleaned up. We don't want all of that going into the filters. There we go, that's most of that off. And now we can switch the filters on. And for filtration, I have got a Fluval FX6 in one side, and then another one over in this side. I've got these DIY CO2 canisters there, which I'm not going to be using. No, they're not plugged in. Oh yes, it is plugged in. Is it plugged in? Well, anyway, it's completely empty. There's no pressure in it. I'm thinking about using it. I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to see how it goes without CO2 to start with, because we've got such a good nutrient system there, and I'm growing plants really well without CO2 at the moment. Obviously, if you do add CO2, it's going to absolutely take off. But it's really rewarding when you don't and you get it to take off without CO2. For instance, this tank here has CO2 running on it and it just looks absolutely nuts, right? In fact, I'm going to steal some of those stems for the new tank, get some instant reds, because it also really, really does need a trim up. They're all hitting the surface. And here's my most recent no filter aquarium, no CO2 as well. And look, everything is growing insanely good. So it just goes to show you can do it. It's starting to carpet as well quite nicely. It just takes a lot more time. And this is my big 8-foot showpiece tank. I've got time. Now that I've got it set up right, I think it's going to do really well. And now it's time to put the filters on. Should get some really good shimmer as well. I don't think I'm keeping these lights on, but we'll see how we go. I've actually got them turned right down at the moment to help with filming and the reflections, not reflections, glare from the sand. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. There we go. Bit of gunk still in the filters. It's been a couple of days, but they should be absolutely fine. And by tomorrow, this whole tank should be looking crystal clear. Right, it's the next day, and it's definitely not crystal clear. You can see a lot of like dusty particles on the surface, and also there's a slight haze to everything. And that is because there is very, very fine particles of sand and, well, whatever in the water column. But that's okay, because we have got a product for this. This is AquaClear. I use it very regularly, and that's because it's a product that fixes something like this very fast. Basically, the dusting in the water column is very, very microscopic fine pieces of dust that just recirculate around the filter and don't get picked up by the filter floss. And that is where this comes into play. What it does is it clumps those fine pieces together, makes them a little bit bigger, and then they can get caught in the filter. Now, we do not need a lot of this. So a bottle like this, we're gonna last like, if you've just got a couple of tanks, this will last so, so long. For this size tank, I am gonna need just 5 capfuls of it for 1,000 litres. You know, not many people have got a 1,000 litre tank, but thankfully I do. Now, if you've got like a 60 centimetre size tank or something like that, you only need a couple of mil to go in there. So like 1/4 of a capful, for instance, and that'll just get it well clear. Now, what tends to happen is it gets worse before it gets better. So when it gets worse, that's basically all the particles clumping together, and then over the course of a few hours for this size tank, to be honest, it's gonna get completely clear. On a smaller tank, an hour or two, but you do need filter floss in your actual filter system to pick it all up. So that's going to be in a little while, all of the dust particles in the water column sorted. But what about all the dust and biofilm and everything that collects on the surface? Well, for that, I've got this little contraption here. This is called a surface skimmer. It's got a hole at the top and a little pump that just pumps it back into the water column. And there's a little filter inside, a little bit of filter floss. So it takes all the water off of the surface and just cleans it all. Really, really good little thing, this, and yeah, you're barely gonna see it. And because the way that the outlets of the filter are situated, they really disturb the surface near them. So I'm gonna have to put it about here, or roughly near the middle, and then it'll pull everything into it. Stick it about there, and then turn it on. There we go, now it's working. It's gonna pull everything into it. It works really fast as well. I've got it on fast setting, so it does push out some air bubbles, but that's absolutely fine. There we go, look, that was like literally 5 minutes and the surface is clear. All you're seeing now is air bubbles, and they'll clear eventually as well. Over on this bit, it just looks like a mirror. So yeah, all good. Right, it's been about an hour, and look at that. Now we are crystal clear. That's how good that AquaClear stuff is. It's been an absolute lifesaver for me at times when I wanted to show my tank off to people that came round, and I finished doing a sort of tidy up, and the water's so misty, it just fixes it so quick. But we are not done, however. We need to add in some API leaf zone. It's got iron and potassium in it, which the plants are gonna need because they're not got like established root systems. We've literally just planted them. So if we fertilize the water column, they'll be able to take nutrients from that whilst everything is like bedding right in. And I basically need all of that for this size tank. Let's get all that lovely nutrient goodness in there. It's all just gonna spread around as well with the flow. Right, that's brilliant. We've got our substrate nutrients sorted. We've got our water column nutrients sorted. It's just a case of sitting back now and letting it grow in for a little bit. Although I do want to do one thing, a few things. This tank needs a mega trim, so I might as well trim it right back and use all the really nice red stems in the red zones in the new tank. Now, the way that I'm going to trim this is just following the lines of the rock, basically. Just keep cutting, and eventually I'm just going to clear a little section here. And now what I can do is just follow that pathway all the way along, making sure that I don't catch any of the fish with the scissors. They should all get out of the way. There we go. I'll carry on catching all the leaves in a minute. It's very difficult to not catch guppies and baby guppies. But just look at this lot, which we can put in the new tank. So what I'm going to do is take a section of plants, make sure that I bundle them close together like that, just snap it off so they're all the same level, and I've got a perfect little bunch. And then what I'm going to do with that is take a little bit of a kitchen roll or paper towel and just group it together like that, wrap it round just to protect the stems a bit, and then take a plant weight and wrap it around it. And there we go. I'll just keep going making more of these. I'll do bigger bunches than this. I just did a smaller one just to show you an example. It's just that it's so much quicker than each individual stem, and you can properly get it to sink exactly in an area that you want as a group. There we go, look, we have got some amazing bunches there. And then I've got a load of Ludwigia here as well. I'm going to plant that freehand. So if we remember, I was going for a big red section in that gap, and then there's another section over there and more over that side as well. Now the good thing is that because we've got these plant weights, we can literally just plonk them near the surface, shove them in a little bit, and they'll stay exactly there. Just continue to grow. Loads of trimmings all still in it, but that's all right, we can get that in a minute. Nice gap for one this side. Look at that, I've got my mega tongs as well. Then we can go for a shorter one, look, right near the front. Looking good. And we've got some more on this side. And I think one more just down here. I'm barely pushing it into the substrate. It's just gonna sit near the surface and the roots will grow and find their own way down into the gravel and sand. And a couple on the end as well. Oh, that looks so good. It has been a couple of weeks since the planting. There's been quite a lot of growth since then. The Nymphoides Taiwan has just absolutely taken off. Literally within days it was growing great. All the stems at the back, when I put them in, are a little bit rough, but now they're growing in beautifully as well. All the brand new stems that I put in, which were all grown out of water, you know, that's how they grow in the nurseries, they fully converted and now growing for underwater growth with really good coloration as well. And there's basically no algae. There's the odd little bit of diatoms that appeared. The snails that I've added in here, I've just got rid of it all. But we are now ready for the fish. Now, bit of a conundrum actually, because quite a lot has changed in those 2 weeks. The fish have been over in the little storage tank that we set up for them. Well, not a storage tank, but it was just one that was free and available for them. There's been some stuff going on. So the fish themselves are completely all healthy and good, but I've noticed some behavior in this tank that I've noticed it before, but not to this extent. Basically, Chunks is a bull in a china shop when it comes to substrate system. So what I found out, but already knew, was that Chunks likes to move a substrate around. Now it's completely normal. I don't know why he does it, because he's not breeding with anything, but you can see down in this bottom section, he's completely cleared the whole area. Now, it was much higher than that, and he's gone right down to the glass, and as a result, it keeps dusting up the whole aquarium. This is like his little zone, and he seems to love it. Now what this means is that our beautiful substrate system we've set up there, that's working really well with the plants, is going to get destroyed if he goes in that tank, and I don't want that to happen. I also want him to have a nice tank as well. So I've come up with a solution. So we've recently set up this black water tank, which I really like, it's so authentic. Now all the fish that are in here are fully compatible with all the fish that were from the 8 foot. It's like South American cichlids and things like that, and South American tetras. So all of these fish here, I'd like to add back into that group and then make this an Aquaria tank of its own. Not just for Chunks, but for the electric blues as well. And there's another reason why I want them in here. So we've got a nice little collection of Aquaria in here. Quite a few of them are all babies from originals. But if you look over there in the corner, they have got hundreds of eggs on the leaf there. Now the male is currently protecting. The male is much smaller than the female. This is the girl at the front here. Maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to tell because they're completely different generations. Where's the egg shooty thing? No egg shooty thing on this one. The other one, it could be that they're remaining private with their privates. Either way, this is the male or female, and that is, the one at the back's got a proper spiky dorsal fin though, but then so is this one. It's so hard to tell sometimes. Either way, they are parents. They've laid eggs again. If you remember previously when I put them in here, we transferred a load of their babies. Well, given the amount of fish that we've gone here, the babies didn't survive, which is sad, but I kind of expected that to happen. There's no sort of territory set out and whatnot, but, you know, did the best we could for them in the situation. But now that the eggs are on that leaf, it means that we can maybe transfer the mum and dad plus the plant there to their own tank, and they could just bring them all up, like 300 Acaras would be, that would be a cool tank, wouldn't it? But yeah, the difficulty is going to lie in making sure that we get the right pair. They do stay over in that area, which is good. So if we can just keep all the others over here, transfer the Acaras all over to the Blackwater tank, and the rest can go into the 8 foot. But the first job would be to catch the fish in here, and it's a bit of a labyrinth, but that's fine. I mean, this setup is actually really, really good for the Acara. It's the sort of thing they're going to absolutely love. There's loads of cover everywhere. It's like something that they would be living in the wild, as it is for these guys here. But I can remove the wood quite easily. It's just placed in. I can catch these fish. They can all go in the 8 foot. We can put the Acara across to here, and all the fish that are left can also go in the 8 foot. It'll be a great little collection of fish that are going to work really well together. But first, we've got to catch these. So I'm going to attempt a quick catch. I don't think this is going to work, but if I get a couple in one go, that's great. And then I'm going to have to start removing like wood and hardscape afterwards. So if I try and distract them, they know that the tap means that there's food, and I can do this. And I got 1, 2. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I can't get them out. There we go. I've got 2. Let's move them over to the big tank. The first fish going in. And these are the smaller of all of my angelfish as well. So it'd be nice for them to get set up nicely in there. Hey, what do you think, guys? We love it.
What a moment. What a moment.
That's massive for them. They've never seen a tank this big. Well, I'm going to attempt something a little bit cheeky, a little bit of flake. Right, they're coming back forwards again. And now I'm going to do a little bit of flake in the water. They are distracted by the flake. Oh, I got 3. Yes! Okay, all the other fish are gonna be impossible, but... Okay guys, go for it, find your friends. There we go. All the temperatures match as well, so don't worry about temperature acclimating or anything. So, it already looked great. That was the same size as the other angels, like, about 1.5 years ago. Booties.
So
We've got an issue now.
yeah, they've all disappeared.
A little bit of flake there. They'll go straight back in. Colombians are getting big. They can already breed at this size as well. There'll definitely be babies being born in the new tank.
We know there's babies.
We know there's babies because, so this tank here, originally we brought a filter from the other side across to keep it running when we were doing the tank and that. And it obviously sucked up one of the babies and then released it into here because, where is it? There it is. There's a Colombian there, which when it was in this tank was microscopic sized. It's growing up nicely. I will move it over as well because it's the only one, but it's doing really well. And it shows that we've got breeding, at least a breeding pair in the other tank. I know that they're going to breed again in the new one. I've actually bred them before, quite a few times actually. But now the task at hand is, I'm going to have to remove all the wood and hardscape to be able to catch the rest of the fish. And I'll just put it back in a sort of loose positioning, which will be absolutely brilliant for the Acaras going in there. They'll love it. They won't care that it won't follow any composition rules or win any hardscape awards.
Are you sure about that?
Well, yes. What?
Well, they might go in and go, what is this mess?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll like it if it's even more random than it is now.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? With like even more...
Randomness.
And do you know what I'm doing?
Are you dancing?
I think so. Right, rocks first, because I've only rested these on here when I first set the tank up, just to weigh it all down. So if I get those out, it won't float now, but I don't want them falling forward. Yeah, I don't want these falling forwards when we take the wood out. So given the speed of all these fish, it was absolutely necessary to bring this water down. Trying to catch them when they can go up, down, left and right is nigh on impossible, but now we can shepherd them to each corner and then just a nice clean hook with the net and reduces stress, so it's not chasing, it's just nice and steady. Got the angel first because it's only just able to sit in that water. Come on there, little buddy, find your friend or friends. Oh, and some sand with it. They're all in here still. Where are they?
I hope they're all still in there.
There's a couple over this side. In a minute when we've got all the other fish in, they'll become a lot more comfortable because when they see all the other fish swimming around, it just sort of makes them, it's kind of like a dither fish, make them feel more comfortable. Let's get them all in. I'm just taking out all of the floating plants because it's going to get in the way otherwise. let the shepherding commence. So you just work your way along, nice and steady. They don't tend to go backwards, they tend to just try and go under. Just keeping it in the sand nice and steady. Look, some of them already swum in. I'm gonna get a bit of different bits and bobs in this net. There we go, look, nice, gentle, up against the glass. Some of them can jump out, that's fine. We've got a good group. This should make the angels feel a bit more comfortable straight away. There we go. When they see them, that is. Oh, look at the, oh, yes. Look at how good the Colombian looks with the light reflecting off it and that. A group of those are gonna look fantastic. Oh, there's the angel at the back.
Hello.
Got some more red phantoms and Colombians. Colombians, should I say. And a few more. And one more.
It's nice to see some movement, fish movement in the tank now, isn't it?
Where they gone?
I don't know.
So that's the thing. There's quite a few fish just gone in there. What is it, about 20, I'd say? 20 to 30. You can't really see them. So that's why an 8-foot tank needs a good amount of fish for the enjoyment of you and just action in the tank. And you know, as long as you get a load of species that get along, which is what we've got, they'll enjoy the whole thing. They'll feel more comfortable in numbers as well. Right, that's all the fish caught. Let's fill it back up, put the wood in. Like I say, I'm not going for any like real shape. And then we can put the fish from the other tank into here as their temp holding tank for the Aquarias. We'll do something really nice for them at some point, but this will be perfect for now. Right, I've got to shoot off, so this would be a good practice run for Steph. He is going to scape with all of that wood. I mean, there's a lot of wood. You don't have to use it all if you don't want to.
I'm going to use it all. I'm going to use it all and more.
Good, you're learning well,
Yes.
my young
And you'll come back and it'll be full of plants. There'll be no
Please don't
room.
use the plants, we need those for another project.
Oh, okay, fine.
And that, maybe that one. Okay, yeah, so just anything you want. Just remember that Chunks is big, so it needs a decent front swim room, okay? That's the
Okay.
only rule.
Noted. Front swim room.
Go for it, good luck.
Thank you. All right. So, as you would have seen from the time-lapse footage, my aquascaping, first attempt at aquascaping, was slightly hindered because I couldn't see what on earth I was doing. But I've got this hope that by blind scaping, something amazing has happened in that tank. How's it looking?
Something.
Something. I mean, in my defense, when you left, it was very murky.
Well, yeah, that makes
Couldn't-
sense.
I couldn't see what I was doing,
That's not your fault.
and I was blind scaping.
Well,
I feel like you knew. I feel like you knew when you left the task you set me.
I knew it was going to be
impossible one.
very difficult actually, because the sand I put in here was unwashed and builder's sand,
Yeah,
and as a result, stuff.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I'm not even going to look at it.
I can see some composition you've gone for.
Oh my gosh! What's all this? It looks like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, that's the dust collecting on strands of anything, algae. Don't worry about that. That's not important.
Also, wood was floaty.
Wood was
Couldn't
floating.
glue anything because it was underwater. There's a list of excuses, honestly, the length of my arm.
Well, look, you've gone for a composition. I can see that. It's absolutely fine. We can add to it now, if it needs it. I mean, yeah, we'll add a bit more to it. It doesn't really matter. Like, the fish will absolutely love it either way. It's more just for us to see.
I feel embarrassed.
No. It wasn't really an ideal practice setup. Like, we'll cancel that. That doesn't count.
Oh, phew.
You'll do more, like an empty tank, yeah. Anyway, let's put some more in.
Tell, I've been taught by the best.
I'm certainly not the best, so.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen me chuck stuff in. In fact, that's what we're going to do. We're going to chuck stuff in. So technically, you were doing this blind. So let's assume I am as well. Nature doesn't follow rules. It's random, isn't it?
You've got to close your eyes.
I think I'm more worried about knocking that rock down. So I'm already trying to make a composition with it. Just let go of it. Nature don't do it. Don't really want that right close to the front, but...
Well, you did say front swim room. I had that in my head.
Yeah, look at the state of all this stuff coming off. It's all right, we can water change this just before we put the fish in.
Everything's bobbing around, look.
Yeah. It's all right, we can solve that with this heavy one. Ready?
Yep. Nature.
Nature. Although these sticks here look spiky, they're rounded. They're not going to do any damage. In fact, breaking them will actually make it worse. Oh, this is cool. Look at these cave systems we're making, like different areas for the Aquaria. They're going to love that.
Because it's exactly what I would have done. You going in?
No, we're putting it all in. Get that pH up and try and escape it without meaning to. Stick it in.
It's like a log dam.
I'm not putting that one in.
I was going to say that one's
yeah,
huge.
That can stay there.
Look at the algae on that.
It's nature. Whenever you look at nature, there's tons of algae. There we go. Look at that. That looks like a scene from nature.
Is there enough front swim room?
Yeah, remember, we've only got, how many fish have we got? We've got chunks and we've got 3 of the electric blue Aquaria. So it's not like they need loads of swim room, but they're gonna actually love that as a little home. Honestly, gonna love it. I'm gonna clean the filter out because there's not much flow coming out of that. I reckon there's a ton of gunk that's gone into the pre-filter. And if I just like clean that out, we're gonna get better flow. It's gonna clear this even faster. I was gonna just water change it, but we've done that already. There's no need. I think like just getting the filter working optimum will clean all that up for us. And then we can just re-clean the pre-filter again. Oh, she's gunked. She is gunked, all right. Now I know lots of you are gonna be like, don't put tap water on your filter media. It's not gonna matter. This is the pre-filter. It is not the main thing. All the biological stuff is in the main part of the canister filter. This is literally it's just something to catch particulates before they go in the filter. And anyway, chlorine running over a sponge like this will not do anything anyway. It's a long exposure to chlorine that kills the bacteria, not like just a quick bit of running water back in the filter.
You got it. You got it.
Got it. Oh, lovely. As with most things, it gets worse before it gets better.
Like my scaping.
No.
Just starts off bad.
No, I meant it's going to get better.
That's what I meant.
Well, it's not even attached.
Weird, isn't it?
It's where you used AquaClear when it was so gross that it's clumped all the pieces that now they got caught on things. Now the way around that is to do manual siphoning and it will get rid of it. We could do a bit of that, but it's not really necessary. It's just their holding tank. We're gonna make something awesome.
I just had these visions.
What, of like it just being perfect?
Yeah.
Remember, what you've got to remember is that I have done this now hundreds and hundreds of times. So most of the time I don't really need to even think. That sounds really like big-headed, doesn't it?
Yep.
But even then, as I was chucking that in, I could still decide that, okay, that looks quite cool. Again, other people won't like think that looks good. I'm gonna do a tank soon and just like slow the process right down. Because obviously I'm a content creator, so sometimes like time is of the essence, but it does spoil the process. So the next tank I do, I'm gonna just really, really take like, I say this every time. Thing is, I'm quite happy with stuff quite quickly. Like I'm like, oh, that's good, I like that. So next one, I'm gonna really take my time with it and just enjoy the process a bit more. So there's a bit of a conundrum to this next part because we've got 3 groups of fish to catch. We've got all the fish that are gonna be going in the 8 foot, we've got the Aquaria, and then we've got the breeding Aquaria and the eggs. The breeding Aquaria and the eggs should stay in their own section so we can differentiate them from the others. But catching like individual Aquaria is going to be impossible. So I'm going to have to catch everything out apart from the breeding pair, and then I can catch whatever I need to out of the bucket. Chunks, as soon as I catch him, he goes nuts, so he's going straight over into the other tank. He'll be absolutely fine. But the other ones, I'll try and do 2 quick movements, so there's like less stress on them. So I was just going to start scooping there, but that's not a good idea. I think I need to move the breeding pair first, or at least what I can do is I can take the eggs. We've got a tank down here that would be perfect for them. and then we can catch those. I've identified which ones they are. They've got distinctive markings. I can move those across as well as like the first fish I catch, because I've got to bring this water level down. It's not possible to catch these fish with this much water. You'd just be chasing yourself. So this is the tank they're gonna go in. Did have shrimp in, they've all been removed now and moved on to a greater tank. But what I'm gonna do is I've got a bit of lava rock, a bit of bogwood, glue those together, and then it will sink. And then I could also attach the leaf that's got all of the eggs to the bogwood as well, put those in, and I can just move the parents over, and I'll put a lid on this tank as well. And hopefully, we get like hundreds of them. Oh, exciting. Right, sorry parent, but you're not gonna like me for a minute. You're gonna attack me, aren't you? You're gonna attack me. It's okay, it's okay. This is all good. So the eggs are on there, like they feel firm, they feel really bobbly. That one's come loose, but that's all right. We've lost one, that's fine. Okay, move it across. So I'm going to move across some of these floating plants as well from another tank above. They've got biofilm on them. They have got, you know, all sorts of little water fleas, microorganisms, all stuff that's good for the babies, the water, and everything in general. Make sure there's no shrimp in them. That isn't. There we go. It's going to add a little bit of cover from the light as well. I might put a few more in once they're in. Make them feel real comfortable. Oh, I feel so bad. Look, the two parents, they're like, where's our babies gone? Give me a minute. I've got to bring the water level down now. Ow! I think that's low enough to catch the pair because they are together. Because they still think their babies are there. Right, mum and dad, I can see, are in the back corner. But to try and catch them on their own. Okay, there's mum, that's mum. I mean, I'm saying mum, it's just one parent at the moment. There we go, chill out, chill out, chill out. Good. Okay, I think I've got it here. The thing is, the coloration's changed. But yes, that's it. Top of the head was light grey and then black. Oh, this has gone smoothly. Yes. There you go. There you go, together. They'll find them, I'm sure they'll find them. I've got a couple of lids here, doubling it up. Because they can be a bit jumpy when spooked. That's going to diffuse some of the light nicely as well. I'm just going to put another barrier in the front, look, just so that they're not freaked out. And this means they can just chill out in their own little zone. And hopefully they're going to find the eggs and just, yeah, surely they're going to know that their eggs are there. It might be the case that because something's changed, they just eat the eggs for nutrients because like a defense mechanism. I don't know, hopefully not. I'm going to catch Chunks now because he doesn't mind being caught. Look, he just be real gentle. He only gets stroppy when he knows he's in the net. It doesn't even bother him at all, this big blue thing. As soon as he knows he's in there, he won't like it. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Here you go, Chunks. Here you go. Here you go. Calm, calm, calm. Yeah, smooth. He's happy. He's happy. Whew. Look at that. He looks great in there. It kind of matches his colour palette. Oh,
Doesn't it?
I've added another little filter that just to clear it up quicker, which worked a treat. Oh yeah, he's gonna love that. He needs friends.
Let's get him friends.
Okay, we've got a car there. Nice. Whoa, calm down, buddy. God. Got him. Go on then. Oh, whoa, there you go, together. That's nice. So Chunks is straight away gonna know, okay, I've got buddies, I know these buddies. See how he's clamped his rear?
Yeah.
His fit in his
Tail.
His tail. Well, that's it's a sign of just like a little bit of stress, what's going on. His colours are muted a little bit, but he'll feel comfortable in a minute.
Does look good in there.
Kind of works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Got the final electric loo. Okay, in with your friends. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, look, the other one's come to meet it. Come on in.
That's good. Hey, buddy.
So those two are the ones I bred before from the original adults. So now we can just transfer all of these. These are the ones that were originally in the 8 foot. So they're all good to go straight across. smooth as possible. So I kind of want to get the keyholes first because they do get more stroppy than most other fish, but whatever I catch as well as them is good. Okay, stroppy, nice quick transfer. There we go. Oh, they're like, oh, we're back.
Have you done something to the place?
So I was originally going to put all the fish into a bucket and then scoop them out from there and put them in the tank. I just felt that was like double movement for no reason. So I've opted for just scooping them out of this tank and then putting them straight into the main 8-foot one. And the fact that they all look so comfortable straight away suggests that it was a good move. I think a Cory just stung me.
Oh, did it?
Be all right.
Look at that pearl gourami settled in straight away.
And what's fantastic about the angelfish is that the larger ones have never even seen the smaller ones and they're already schooling together. Beautiful. Those are all settling in, and whilst they are, look, Chunks has already opened up his fins, his colours come back, the electric blues are fully blue. I've got this Cryptocrine crispulata, I think that's how you say it, here, that was growing in Chunks' other tank. So I'm going to put that in because why not? This little bit of greenery. It's got some weights on the bottom. Hopefully that can fit through that gap. Bit of shade and greenery in that back area. Bit of roots, looks quite nice, authentic. Cool. Oh look, they're already stirring up that horrible sand. It will probably go through phases of being really murky. But like I say, this isn't permanent. It's just like a cool little temp home that they're gonna really enjoy. And let's take a look and see how they're getting on with their babies. Oh, I can just see one of them at the front. It's been about half an hour, so I'm not opened this yet. Nice and steady. And okay, one of them is just, when I opened that then, the smaller one went around the top and around the back again, so it's almost like they know that's their zone. Just staring at us now. I'm gonna cover them back up, but that's a good sign. They're not hiding. Oh yeah, there we go, look, there we go. Definitely knows. Guarding the eggs right there. That was always the most aggressive of the two on the eggs, and this was always the one that was coming out into the open and fighting people off. It's so cool how they have their own little roles and they just get along so great. Oh, look at that. It's been half an hour. All of them are out, they're comfortable. Normally the Keyhole Cichlids are a little bit sulky, but they're just all together. No dark ones, they go really dark when they're not happy and they try and hide under rocks. Like, honestly, they're the most like dramatic fish I've ever kept. But look at this, look at the angels. So obviously I've had these angels here for nearly like 2.5 years now. And then all of the smaller ones that you're seeing are the new ones. They're all schooling together, like I said, and that's great to see. I mean, this has become a bit of an angelfish tank now, but I like that. I really do like it. The fact that we already haven't had a load of the substrate kicked up means it was a good call to keep the Aquarius separate. We can do another awesome Aquaria tank. It's not an issue at all. Plus, Chunks is eventually going in an even bigger tank. About the volume of this, but a completely different shape. That's being built, so we're not quite there yet, but that's going to be absolutely amazing. So Chunks already seems completely settled in as well. Oh, one of the electric blues has just come to the front. Obviously there's the two smaller electric blues in there with them at the moment. They'll be absolutely fine together. In fact, normally Aquarias dig because they're preparing like a little basin to lay eggs in. It's almost like Chunks just gets confused, doesn't realise he's the only royal Aquaria. Now a lot of people have said, why don't you get Chunks a girlfriend? The problem is that Chunks used to have other Aquarias with him and he grew so fast that they just become like bullied and they jumped out of the tank. I mean, this was back when I used to fill tanks right to the top. It's pretty much since then I stopped doing that and we don't get any jumps anymore. So yeah, the reason he hasn't got a female is because I can never see in the shops anything that's the right size, because most come in, you know, around the size of the baby blue Aquarias now, which I can't risk that. What if something happens? I don't think it's very moral just to chance it, you know? But he seems completely happy on his own. And especially in an environment like this, you know, he's going to absolutely love it. We'll eventually have some more mates to go in there with him as well. But for the minute, we'll just get them all settled in. And what's quite interesting is the electric blues. Oh, look, they're being defensive of my finger. They've moved the plant out because it was lodged in. They brought it over to this area and they're fully defending it. So that's a good sign. Now, if this doesn't work, doesn't happen just like we're expecting, or they eat the eggs, I'll move them over with Chunks as well. But I think, you know, give this a fighting chance. it could very well work. So then a couple of days later, the Aquaria had moved the eggs down to a little pit on the substrate, and they'd all hatched and were vibrating like crazy. They're so tiny, they've got little egg sacs. And then a few days later again, the egg sacs were mostly used up. I'm pretty sure in a couple more days, they'll be up and swimming around. I'm really happy with this. I wasn't sure it's gonna work, but it definitely has. So that is, I think it's been a massive success. I mean, the tank looks absolutely brilliant, still nice and full. It's an angelfish feature. I love it. It's gonna go from strength to strength. And within a month or so, even the background plants, they're gonna be at the surface, full color in the background. I'll put together a compilation then, and yeah, I've got really high hopes for this. It's gonna be like one of the best. And here we are a couple of months later, and my high hopes were warranted. I think it looks absolutely brilliant. Not only have we got full growth of all the plants everywhere, the Nymphoides Taiwan, the big green columns you can see coming up, really do take the Scape to the next level. Now usually this plant you tend to keep it quite low, but in this instance I've let it grow to the surface. I love the way it sort of loops over, and it's become quite a great feature of the tank. It just gives an amazing sort of freshness to it. Also the plant is massively impactful and it's quite easy to grow as well, so I do thoroughly recommend it. We've got some really nice red stems in the background that have managed to reach the surface as well, but you might also be noticing that the colouring of the tank is a little bit different. So I did have the pendant lights above the tank, but I just found it wasn't differentiating different colours enough. It was kind of blanketing everything with the same colour tone. So I switched them for some panel LED lights, and I think it made a hell of a difference to the tank. Not just for the plants, but the fish as well. They pop like crazy, and all the little subtle colours in them really do become far more vibrant as well. There's something about dedicated RGB chips dotted around everywhere that just makes all the colours pop on absolutely everything, if that's the look you want. You know, in this one, I think it looks great. When people come in, they just go wow straight away. But it doesn't give the most natural look, I would say. If you want more of a natural tone, you've got to go for like a sunlight look, which does tend to favour more of a sort of flatter look, if you like. But anyway, the point of this is to be a spectacle in the studio. And I'm sure you've noticed as well the mdfishtanks sign that's been put above it. That was a gift from Stefan for my birthday, which was a bit late because he had to order it from abroad, but turned up, surprised me with it. I think it just really sets everything off perfectly. I really hope you've enjoyed this build video and it's given you some sort of inspiration, but also convinced you that you can have a go at these things and it's not that difficult. It's been really fun watching the tank evolve, and I'm really happy with where it is at the moment. But to be honest, this isn't the end. It's going to keep on evolving because I am not breaking this one down anytime soon. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.